Hi. In my previous video, I was in Broad Street and I was filming an unexpected Christmas Day dinosaur. And I said that I would then walk to Headington because I wanted to film some Christmas house decorations, and Stapleton Road there is alleged to have a particularly good selection. So I walked from the end of Broad Street down Holywell Street onto the High and then through St Clement's, and I'm now walking up Morrell Avenue or Morrell Avenue, and then I'll get to Old Road and then I'll get to the bottom of Stapleton Road. But I've seen a house here that looks as though it might be worth filming, so I'm going to do that on the way. And a brief talk about sunset and darkness times. The sun sets apparently at 1 minute to 4 tonight. And then you have various periods of different types of darkness. And there are 3, apparently, before you get to official night. There's civil twilight, nautical twilight, and astronomical twilight. And civil twilight more or less corresponds to lighting up time. Okay, I interrupt. That's not the house I was talking about, but let's film it anyway, just as an example. Civil twilight corresponds roughly to lighting up time. By the end of civil twilight, it's getting too dark to see just with unaided natural light. And officially, civil twilight ends when the centre of the sun is 6 degrees below the horizon. That makes more sense if you look for a Google image of it or draw it on a piece of paper. Nautical twilight then takes over and ends when the sun centre is 12 degrees below the horizon, and astronomical twilight then takes over and ends when the sun's centre is 18 degrees below the horizon, after which night takes over. Practically speaking, astronomical twilight is indistinguishable from night. And I'm interested in twilight because the films of the house decorations are probably going to look more effective if it's pretty dark and if at least civil twilight has ended. And I looked that up, and apparently it takes about 40 minutes at the moment. So I'm not yet at the end of civil twilight, and I don't have full darkness to contrast with. Anyway, this is the house that I spotted from afar in Morrell Avenue, and I think that's rather splendid. And they've got a lot of stuff. They've got stuff on their garage as well as on the house wall. Snowman, reindeer, sleigh. Oh gosh, and they have more round the side. Actually, I think I've seen this house before and noted it as one that would be worth videoing. I recognise the Christmas tree there. Comet or star. More reindeer. Santa stop here. And I suppose that's their neighbour. That's the house with all the decorations. And that's the neighbour, and I think the neighbour's decorations can fairly be described as strung out, and not very many of them, though they have decorated their tree. Okay, well that's an unexpected pleasure in Morrell Avenue, and I'm going to cut now because I want to save battery on the way to Stapleton Road. Hi, and here I am halfway up Old Road, having come from Morrell Avenue. Morrell Avenue is down there, that's towards the city. That is the medical complex, the hospitals and research buildings over on what used to be a meadow. And that is Old Road going towards Shotover Hill. And this is Stapleton Road. The period of civil twilight has just about ended, according to my watch. And it does look as though Stapleton Road has some decorations, quite noticeable decorations, which is what I was hoping for. So let's have a quick look at them. This is the bottom of Stapleton Road, crossing Old Road, or meeting Old Road. So they've just done the top of their fence or wall. This one has rather more coverage. Including a sort of stained glass snowman window. And a star. These people have decorated their tree. And this is obviously a communal effort. And I'm close to the end of Stapleton Road now, the north end, and it looks as though that's almost all there is on this side. So let's turn round and go down the other side and look at the decorations there. Those ones are changing brightness. I don't think they're spelling out a message, they're just oscillating. So here we've got the tree and the multicoloured lights around the door. Those are quite fun. Rather more structure than some of them. Thanks for the memories, 14. Now, I've just realised a lot of the windows have numbers written on them, and those are not the same as the house numbers. That house is number 54 on the green door, but the number is 14. And I think this is what they call a communal advent calendar. Each person puts up a different number, presumably one of the numbers 1 to 24, representing the dates in December. And I'm not quite sure what happens then. There must be a set of questions you have to answer or something like that. Maybe there's a web address somewhere with them on. Or maybe the local kids just get told by mouth, word of mouth. That's 13. That house is 64, probably 62, but the number on the window is a very big 2, and that has a 4 on it, so that's a 2, and that's a 4. So maybe so obviously these represent pages or doors in an advent calendar, but I'm still not quite sure what you're supposed to do when you've found the number. I've never been part of a communal advent calendar project myself, and I'm still looking at the decorations as well. Those are some nice colours. Well, I cut while I was talking. I just asked the couple who were passing whether they knew how a communal advent calendar worked, and they didn't. But one theory was that they might have something to do with raffle ticket numbers. And another is that on the appropriate date, the house lights up its window especially. So on December the 18th, the house with number 18, which, by the way, was the stained glass snowman over there, lights up that window. But we don't know for sure. If you know how a communal advent calendar works, or even better, if you're part of the one in Stapleton Road, then please leave a comment and explain to the rest of us. So this is the south end of Stapleton Road, and I'm going to end the Christmas Day, Christmas decorations video here. See you next time.